Hello and welcome to Scrapbooking with a Twist. This is Carolyn and we are going to do the mini swap embellishment for last week. I have this week's done and that video is already up because I did it in advance. I needed the sunflowers that I was going to make for tall blooms, and so I did it in advance, and life has been so crazy that I did not get this week's done until today, and this is like Sunday. So whoever my team captain is, my stuff's going out tomorrow, I promise. I'm not usually late, but this time I am. This week is Paige Evans' Advenurous. We were supposed to do anything that went along with the Paige Evans collection Advenurous. Well, I looked through my stuff, and I didn't go through paper by paper, but I did not find anything that was Paige Evans. And I'm sure I've got something in there that is, but just flipping through it, I didn't find anything. So I looked up the Advenurous collection online, and basically it's these bright colors, the turquoise, the red, the green, the blue, the pinks, the orange. It's just the really bright, happy colors. And so I just played off of that. I found this Vicki Boutin paper that has these little hearts on it that have all of those colors in it. And it's from Sweet Rush by Vicki Boutin. And so I thought, you know, Paige Evans, Vicki Boutin, whatever. So I used that. And then there was this really cute little embellishment in that or ephemera, whatever, in that collection. And it wasn't a duck like this, but it was a little duck. And I thought, oh, that's really cute. So I wanted to make a duck, and then I'll show you what I pulled together to make the I Love Adventure. So to start with, I'll show you what die cuts I used. This is just, actually, I think it's two different sets of just word die cuts. Probably got them at Hobby Lobby. It's thankful, family, heart, grateful, hope, loved, faith, joyful, blessed. It's all of those. And I put those two sets together just in that. And then this is a die cut set that I got at Scrapbook Convention. It's Echo Park, and it has Wild, Explore, Adventure, Camping, and Outdoors. And I used the adventure in it. I used the loved in this one and cut the D off so it would just be love. And then I just used an I from an alpha set that I have so that I could do I Love Adventure. So let me tell you about my hand first. Everybody's probably saying, oh, what'd she do to her hand? Well, I have puppies right now, and you're going to hear more about that in a minute. And I was pulling down the garage door to shut up everything for the night. The other night, I had left the wire pin that I put them in the daytime, had left the gate open, and it stuck out under the garage door. And with all of my force, I pulled down and caught my hand, and it hurt. Hurt bad for a little while, but it's doing good. I can move it. I'm going to be fine. Okay, so that's what I used. And then this is a just a Cricut Design Space little duck. I wanted something that was fairly cute but fairly simple because I knew I was so running out of time. So let's assemble our little duck first. I've already put together my little, I don't even know what you call this. It's not a banner because it doesn't have the flags on it. But just to save some time, I put that together, and I'll talk us through that in just a minute. So these are the pieces, the main pieces of the little duck. Here's his head, his body, and his wings. Okay, we've got to ink those just a little. I think I inked everything else. Let's get the rest of his pieces out here. Here is one little, what do ducks have? Feet, or what are they called? Web feet, anyway. There's his little bill and mouth, and we have some eyes and another eye. We have two eyes. That's a good thing. And so they're all of our pieces. And I think I inked everything except these bigger pieces. And I'm going to use Vintage Photo on my little guy. And let's see, there's my dauber for the brown. It's just about eaten up. And while I'm doing that, trying to keep this short, I want to go ahead and do the twist for today. And oh, let me tell you, the twist for today is so for me. I hope it appeals to you too, but it is so for me. Listen to this scripture. It comes from Matthew 11:28. Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Oh, I don't know about you, but right now I am heavy laden. I need rest, and I need more than just a good night's sleep. I do need a good night's sleep, but I need more than that. I need the kind of rest that only God can give. So let me kind of just tell you a little bit about my crazy life right now. I raise Doberman, and I have only had one female. My daughter raises Doberman too, and she has like, I think, 3 or 4 females maybe, depending on, and a couple of males. She has a really beautiful kennel and just really does it right. And then, of course, my lap dog is always a rescue. I always have a rescue. But I need that money to supplement my income. I'm a widow and I'm retired from the school system, and I need that money. And so I raise, I've just had one female, and she's just my pet. I mean, she's spoiled rotten, my pet. But she has 1 litter of puppies a year, which supports her and then gives me a little bit of additional money. Because my monthly money just doesn't make it through the month. And, but I did get, my daughter and I'm partners on this female that I've had for quite a long time, or several years. And then my daughter and I partnered on one this year. I'm partnered with my son on the other one. But they're my pets. But anyway, I ended up having 2 litters of puppies together, like at the same time. There's 2.5 weeks between them. Well, this old gal's getting a little old for the all-nighters and all of that kind of stuff, and especially to just barely be getting through with the all-night stuff with 1 litter to go into another litter. And so I need that rest. That's why I chose this thought for today. I so desperately need that rest. And then when you add just life to it in general, we have people in our family that are sick. We have, have a job that a little kind of part-time where I oversee students for the university counseling program. And, that I have meetings with that and just, I have a Bible study that I put online every week and then teach at my church. And so I have to, invest time in that. And then you add things like just the chaos in our world, and I mean, like one of our sweet people there on Ginger's Corner, I saw a thing the other day and where, they put her dad on hospice, and she had this most precious picture of her mom looking at her dad. And those things make us weary and heavy laden. When you add all of those things together, we get weary and we get heavy laden. Our country and the shape our country's in, the chaos in the world, there's just a lot of things that make us heavy laden. And we need rest. Yes, a good night's sleep is great, and we need that. We have to have that. But there's a rest that God gives that goes so far beyond a good night's sleep. And when things pile up on us and life is just hammering away at us, and the evil one wants us to be exhausted and literally sick and exhausted from the things that we're dealing with, we need the rest, the kind of rest that God gives. The rest that powers us through the storm, in spite of the storm, that we survive the eye of the storm. I'm sorry, I apologize for my dog. She's outside. The one with the older set of puppies is outside right now, so I apologize for her. But anyway, that's the kind of rest that I need right now. And it's only available through God. Okay, so we have everything inked, and I've put the main pieces together, and you saw how I did that. He's really quite simple. The only thing that could have made him simpler would be if maybe he had the solid background to put him on. So I'm going to start building his little face. So we're going to no, this is not the part I want. I want to put the bottom part of his little bill on first. And like I said, I've already inked all of these just to save us time. So we're going to put the bottom part of his little bill on. I thought he was so cute. And when I saw that duck in the Paige Evans collection, I thought, you know, I need to find a duck. A duck sounds fun. And sure enough, I found this little critter, and I thought he'll do just fine. Like I said, he's not particularly like the one that was in her collection, but her collection's kind of whimsical and animated, and so I thought using the colors that were in that collection and this little guy would be fun. Okay, now I got to figure out which eye goes on which side. See, I think that is this side. Yes, it is. And this one goes over here. I do believe, like that. So let's get his little eyes on. Sometimes these little pieces don't want to pick up. Excuse me, I'm still kind of hoarse. I don't notice it until I start talking, because I don't talk a whole lot. I talk to my dogs some, but they don't mind that I'm hoarse. They don't care. As long as I'm talking to them, they don't care. Come here. Okay. That doesn't look right. It's because it's backwards. This one didn't have too many pieces. Those who have so many pieces and they get so complicated. He did have little eyebrows and little slits for his beak, and I opted not to do those. I decided just to draw those in. My Cricut doesn't always cut too perfectly, so I just decided to draw those in and not even try to make those little fine cuts. Sometimes it does a really good job, but sometimes it struggles a little with those really fine cuts. And a lot of it just depends on the paper too. Okay, get on there the way I want you. Okay. That'll do. Okay, so now we have, he's pretty well assembled now. We've got to do a little bit of pen work. Now, I used my white gel pen for his eyes and for the little slits on his beak. I tried the brown on his beak, but I just didn't like it as well. We're just going to give him some little glisten in his eyes and just a little tiny little slits in his beak. That's all we're going to do with the white. Then we're going to come in with the brown. I thought about using black like for his eyebrows, but I decided to use all brown. And we're just going to color in his little eyebrows. They do not need to be perfect. And if I'm doing it, you can guarantee they won't be. Then we're going to give him a little bit of tufts in his hair, or his little feathers on top of his head. I just think he's cute. Let's give him some little cheeks. There. We can do a little stuff on his wings. Don't need too much, I don't think. Let's give him some little legs. Let's do a little more noticeable on his little web feet. Shannon Keith is the best at pen work. Mine's just do it and hope for the best. But anyway, I think he turned out pretty cute. So I'm going to leave him at that. Now then, I made this little banner or whatever, and I'm just barely attaching him to it. That way, if you want to take him off, use him separately, use your banner separately, you can do whatever you want to with them when you get it. Remember, in a swap, when you get it, it's all yours, and you can adjust it, do anything you want to it to make it work for you. And by the way, in the description box, there will be links to the other people that do all of the scraps to embellishment hop. There will be a link to Ginger's Corner where you can learn all about it. If you have not been a part of this, then you have missed out. And I just suggest it doesn't cost anything. You just go over there and you can ask to join the group, and you can get ideas. You don't have to participate. You don't ever have to say a word. You can just look and enjoy, or you can participate. And I know people that have started just by looking at it and looking at the work other people do, and being inspired, and then they end up actually participating in the swap. But you don't have to. You can do it however you want to. I'm not using the little dot on that eye. So, like I said, I used loved. So we've got to cut the D off. So I just came right up here, and I kind of slanted my scissors. See, I'm slanting them like that so that it will look like the machine cut it. It will, if you slant them the other direction or hold it straight, sometimes you can see like this is actually a white background. I'm going to tell you what this is, and I don't know if you can see it or not, but this is a high gloss paper, and I think I gave it came in a bunch of stuff that was gifted to me, and I think I gave a bunch of it away. And today, when I decided to use it as this for this title, so it would show up good on this busy paper, I nearly kicked myself for giving it away because it made the most beautiful title. And I got to see if I have any more of it left. I had 2 scraps that I used to make these titles today, and that was it. So I've got to look in my full sheets of black and see if I have anything, if I have any more of it. So, like I said, I just used one of my alphas for the eye. Then I cut the D off of that loved, and then had the adventure. So we're going to start by putting down the adventure and then build off of that. Just a few dots of glue, because I don't want it to, this glue doesn't show, but I don't want it to get off and get ugly. I kind of wanted to overlap this with my little duck, but I didn't, because I wanted to give the people on my team more options on how they could use it. And if I overlapped it, it wouldn't come off, and it would limit them. They would have to use it together. So so I didn't. And I apologize for this video being late, but man, oh man. And to my captain, because I was supposed to have this mailed by Friday, and it's not going to be mailed until Monday. Sometimes I have them ready and mail them out literally on Monday just as soon as we get our team assignments, but not so this week. Well, actually, this week I am, because my tall blooms are done. So I can mail both of those tomorrow. This one, last week's, and this week. I'm teaching my older puppies this week how to lap milk. Now that's 10 puppies individually, you know, sticking their little noses in the milk. I have a little crate tub thing that I put them in with a towel in it, and stick their little noses in it, try to make them lick the milk. It's, I'm telling you, it's a lot of work. And then we're going to put our little bird on there like that, our little duck. And I'm putting him on with just a little bit of tape. It is not temporary tape, but I think you could get it off without any trouble. And I'm going to just sit him right there so that he can come off, just not much, so that he can come off if you want him to. So that is this week's embellishment, the Paige Evans Adventurous collection, or as close as I could get to it. And I think our little duck's pretty cute, and I think I'd like to go on an adventure with that cute little duck. So I just thank you for dropping by. I know you could have been 1,000 other places, and you chose to drop by and be with me for a little while. You have no idea how that humbles me. So thank you, thank you, thank you. If you enjoyed this, give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment. I love it when you leave me comments. And be a blessing to someone else, and have a blessed day.